Right, we're going to have to probably head to the crystal and set things into motion. I don't know if there's a list of things to do here. I want to see if there's something about snow. There isn't. Okay, nothing super interesting as of yet in the bestiary, so let's keep going. The real fun.
The gate is where the meteorite fell. So we should head towards Cocoon, right?
You know, it must be strange to have.
See, again, can you imagine trying to make a movie version under these conditions? It's terrible. So many lines get interrupted and all this kind of stuff. It's just not ideal. I'm not even sure if he completed his line there, or whether it was wasted.
You know, the security bots can do our job.
There's still monsters. Keep a lookout.
I will. You be careful too, Noel.
See, I never was too big a fan of this whole, like, you know, the timer appears and you got to attack him with the sword first and that kind of thing.
I just want to forget what happened.
I mean, I like the way that you can instigate a preemptive strike by actually physically being the first to attack them, but it's quite an obtrusive way to start a battle. I'm not sure I love it that much.
I kind of feel bad.
We should just close this area off.
Four, 3, 1, 4, 6, 8. They're very close anyway. To be honest, he's more of a sentinel, so... Hey, charismatic. Ah, yeah, forgot about that. So we do have 4 slots, but our capacity is limited. Now, I think we might have had one more chest, but I seem to remember that being somewhere else.
We need more recruits.
This guy sounds like Yibel. Oh, fuck this. Seriously. I'm getting out of here. As I say, random encounters aren't really my favorite in this game.
I'm glad we found the artifact, but that's not the only weird thing going on here.
You mean like your friends and the way they act? Understandable, though. Guess it's not every day someone like me drops in from the future unannounced.
No, even before that. Everything's been off for the last 3 years, ever since Lightning disappeared.
You say she's disappeared, but I know where she is. She's in I'll take you to her. I promise.
Okay, have to make sure to finish that line there in case we didn't get the rest of it.
Here! We can count on you! I kind of feel bad.
I wonder how we could get no encounters in this game, if at all. I don't remember at the moment, but I'll find out. Because there's a lot of... Because you have a companion in this game, unlike with Final Fantasy XIII.
You know, the security bots can do our job.
Okay, my friends, I had a bit of a problem. Basically, once I go to this exclamation mark to trigger off the next cutscene, 2 or 3 times in a row, the game would just crash and I'd return to my desktop. Luckily, I didn't lose any data, so like the recording and everything that I did, the commentary is all good. But I just could not figure out why it kept crashing. Apparently, this game has a cloud save issue. So if you have cloud saving enabled, for some reason on certain autosaves, so when it autosaves prior to or during certain cutscenes, then it's liable to crash. Apparently this only happens for 13.2 because I never had this problem for 13, and apparently it doesn't happen in 13.3, so make of that what you will. Very annoying, but that's the deal. So second time round, luckily because I had an autosave close by, I didn't waste too much time, but I saw this. I thought maybe it was the kind of thing where if I go up next to it I can do something to it, but you can't. So maybe it's in like a... I have to do something else to be able to activate whatever this is or obtain it. So, yeah. Back on track now. Hopefully I shouldn't be having any more issues with any crashing. Really need to get the game going now. Here we go. Not again. Really? We've got to do this again? Oh man. Okay. Causality barrier. That don't sound good. I'm gonna let it go one more time and then... Okay, let's go. Because the commando has the ability to kind of slow down how quickly your chain is lost, it's good to have them kind of stabilize things a little bit. Let me get one more set here. To be honest, this swipe ain't doing too much damage. I'm not going to block for it. I'll go for speed. Yeah, it's going to take me a little bit of time to get back into the flow of battle. It always does, especially when it's been 6 months. Interesting music. Not sure it works quite as well as the final boss battle of Final Fantasy X, but... Right, can we finally do some time traveling, please? Gog Magog, Fragment Beta, you obtain 1000 CP, and a Chocobro! I love the locks that these guys have on the side, they're so cool. Chocobos are large birds used as riding mounts. Yes, my friends, you can actually mount and ride these chocobos. How nice is that? Who'da thunk? Right, so it's not chocobo time yet, is it? I think we probably just need to go to the gate. But... would there be any reason to ride the chocobo right now? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it seems like a bit of a weird place for it to just be waiting. I was thinking maybe there's somewhere I couldn't access before that I can access now that I have the chocobo. It doesn't even seem like I can jump out of this bit. Oh, just about. I can definitely get to places I haven't been before, I think. But yes, at this stage it's a nice way to at least have some form of no encounters. Okay, so we managed to get to whatever this is. A medical kit. That sounds nice. Chocobo theme is different, right? But I think it's not the case that I can go anywhere new. I quite like this rendition of the Chocobo theme. It's kind of different. Like, at this point, it's not recognizable as being the Chocobo theme, but when it does kick in, it's pretty good. But when it comes to, after playing Final Fantasy 15, I just have Prompto singing I want to ride my Chocobo all day in my head now. It's annoying. Right. Well, I'm ready. Let's just go. As Sid would say, let's get this show on the road.
Are you sure you're ready? You know, once we go through, there might be no coming back.
Let's do it.
Yes, I'm ready to go. It's not a dream or a lie. I know my sister is alive out there. I'm sorry I doubted you. Of all people, I should know how bad it can make you feel when no one believes what you say. Snow put all his trust in me. Now it's my turn to do the same for you. I've made up my mind. You and I. We go together.
I won't let you down. We'll find Valhalla, I promise. So, you're not gonna say goodbye?
There's no need. We already have, sort of. Lightning's knife. It's been sharpened and cleaned.
Oh, you did that.
Hey, shut up.
Look, my pendant has a brand new chain.
Oh, okay.
And Snow was purring like a kitten. Someone gave him a good brushing.
Quiet.
Hey.
Why don't you guys go fess up?
What?
Go on. You too.
Hey, Sarah. I figured no way you're leaving the pendant behind. So I made a chain, you know, so you wouldn't lose it.
If Lightning is alive out there, wouldn't want her getting mad over a poorly maintained weapon. You know her.
If you leave, someone's got to pick up the slack looking after Snow. So I volunteered myself.
Thanks, guys. It's time for me to go. I don't know what's waiting out there in the future between worlds, but I want to see Lightning so much. If there's any chance at all, I want to take it.
You can go, but you have to come back in one piece. Promise?
I promise. If I believe, maybe a miracle will happen.
The future won't change until you make the first step.
You know what you're doing, right?
Well, I can't say that I do. This is the first time I've opened a gate myself. Guess we'll just have to find out.
Hey, what about Sarah?
I'll protect her. I promise you. I vow never to let her come to harm.
But don't.
But trust me, for Sarah's sake.
I guess this is it.
Guess so. Looks like the future starts now.
I'll be back.
Sarah, you set out on your journey for my sake. You believed in a promise. You believed in a future you could not see. I will keep fighting here, at the end of the world. I know you will come. I believe in you.
Sarah. This place is incredible.
It's the Historia Crux. The crossroads of the time continuum.
So this is how you were able to travel backwards from the future?
Right. Just floated through this nowhere space. And now it's your turn.
It's finally time to do a bit of time travel. Let's see, I don't think we're going to have many options to start with. Let's have a good read of this because it's important. The Historia Crux is your compass for navigating the rivers of time. Select your year and location to which you wish to travel and confirm. Each time a new gate is opened, more areas will become unlocked, expanding your freedom to journey along the timeline. So that's the key here, freedom to journey along the timeline. Right, so we've unlocked Bresha Ruins 5 AF, so it's 2 years further into the future. You can return to the Historic Crux by pressing start to open the pause menu. This option is not available at certain points. By selecting return to it, gain progress and such data as character advancement will be saved automatically. Time will cease to flow for that location, and you can travel to another area without losing any story progress. That's quite interesting. Use the Historic Crux as your way station to explore the myriad possibilities available through time travel. Once this primer has appeared, loading save data will allow you to continue your game from the Historic Crux. Select a location, off you go. Now, I think this is a fantastic idea. I've really liked the way that they've implemented this. As you can see, it will converge in on one thing at the end. So I think regardless of which path you take eventually, if you do complete the timeline, you will get to the ending. So that one kind of hexagon that you see at the end, that will be the ending for everyone, no matter which route you take. But there's a lot of paradox endings along the way, so this is one of the most important things when you're thinking about like the entire game experience, about 100% in the game, etc. I think one of the important things is to try to see all of the paradox endings. Now, paradox endings are not very easy to get. They require a lot of work, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea for me to try and go for all the paradox endings because it will make the playthrough very long. So here's what I have in mind. I will take this Historia Crux route completely at random, just based on how I feel. I don't know what an optimal route is. I don't know what the quickest route is or anything like that. I'm just going to take it as it comes completely. Once I get to the end of the playlist, any paradox endings I haven't got yet, I will show you guys those and we'll watch them together and we'll talk about them. So some of them are just purely funny. Some of them are like much more interesting, more sad endings. But all in all, there's only one real true ending to this game, so that's not really an ending that you can miss. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make our way through and just take things as they come. You can also see that there's 160 fragments to get. That's probably like one of the most important things when it comes to 100% in the game. That's something obviously that you must do. Again, it's something that's probably going to take me a lot of time. I will probably have the most fun and make the best walkthrough I can by just going with the flow of time, seeing where the tides of fate will take me and just making my way through and seeing how we do. So that's what we're going to do in this playthrough, but there are a lot of options available to us, so let's just see how this is going to progress.
Rejecting the easy path, humanity has chosen to build a society based on human technology rather than relying on the fal'Cie.
Machina.
A provisional government has replaced the Sanctum, and a scientific organization calling itself the Academy searches ruins for ancient technological secrets. One such site is on the shores of Lake Bresha, where a giant war weapon has been unearthed.
Okay, let's go for it. Okay, I remember this screen very well. When I was making the movie version, we did a lot of travel. I think for the movie version, I ended up going online and researching what the smoothest route through was, so that I didn't waste too much time. But for this one, I'm not going to do anything like that, and I don't remember the route that I took for the movie anyway. So that was all the way back in 2013.
When reaching for the future, we sometimes fall into the past. As we gaze upon events that cannot be changed, our hearts grow bitter with regret. And you, my dear Sarah, will you encounter your past here? How will you choose to deal with that pain?
Are you sure?
Yeah, check it out. You can see the ground above us.
Wow. So this is how Cocoon looks from the inside.
That's right, I forgot. This is your first time here.
Yep.
Well, that didn't take long, did it?
Get up!
An arm?
Yeah, and not looking to shake hands, I'm guessing.
Oh man, this game does have a lot of cheese, I gotta say. So the first 3 boss battles have been enemies that swipe at us, which I'm not sure I really love, but this monster employs wounding tactics. Ah, this is mean, man. Wounding is nasty. Wounding attack reduces maximum HP. Wounds cannot be healed by normal potions. When wounded, a long battle is your enemy. Win the battle swiftly to regain your maximum HP. Okay, dual casting it is. Let's go. Again, I might just take the hit here. I'm not sure. In the name of being quicker. We've got a long way to go until we get to... Yeah, we're not even able to maintain a bloody... We're not able to maintain the chain gauge. They're too slow. I forgot how slowly the bar fills up. Luckily, the wounding is not too significant. It's not taking away like 20 every time, 20 or 30. That would have been really difficult to deal with. But I need to be able to use dual casting for an extended period of time. Oh.
Okay.
Turns out this was a set piece. Yeah, I think there's going to come a time when it's going to drop too quickly for me to keep up. So I'll maintain a little bit with this again, because I need that commando to slow things back down. But you can see that this is one big old enemy, but all that's manifesting right now is the arm.
You okay?
Okay, well, that works. Go, go, go.
This was giant.
Okay, both go commando. That sounded better in my head before I said it. I think we've got enough here. This stagger should last long enough to take him out. There we go. So this thing looks like Titan for Final Fantasy 13. We couldn't fight that thing.
Hostile located. Engage at will. Paradox effect confirmed. Targeting Atlas.
Oh, Atlas, there you go. Not Titan. I always got to remember what they are relative to PlayStation controls. Those numbers mean nothing to me. They're off just not having them on the screen. Okay. Well, yeah, we got a very slow start. Lost the chain gauge. Cinematic bonus, silver gear. Cool. Alright, can we get going now?
was exciting.
Guess it's over. Huh? It's the army!
Friends of yours?
Yeah.
Attention intruders! Surrender immediately!
That ain't good.
Taking you to headquarters. Move!
Yeah.
These are the infiltrators? They look like civs who took a wrong turn. They were right there when the giant started moving. Probably have something to do with this paradox effect. Huh. Think they might have caused it? We'll soon find out, and dig up any intel they've got on Atlas while we're at it. You're being detained as potential suspects in the unsanctioned activation of Atlas. Come with me, and no funny business.
We're being treated like criminals. But it's just a misunderstanding. Stick to the truth and we'll be okay. And smile. Smiling usually helps.
He's got a good balance of just being like serious and like on point, but also trying to inject a little bit of humor when he gets the chance. So I do enjoy Noel's companionship in this game. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about. I found it quite poetic that we spend this game, like you spend Final Fantasy XIII with Lightning trying to save Sarah, and then Final Fantasy XIII-2 is about Sarah trying to find and, well, pretty much save Lightning as well. So the roles reverse quite nicely. But also, it kind of reminds me a bit of Final Fantasy X and X-2 as well, because it's like the protagonist that you play as in 10 is the person that you're trying to kind of find. They've disappeared and you're trying to find them in Final Fantasy X-2, and this is kind of the same thing. So the person who you play as in the first game has kind of disappeared. Like, we know they exist based on what Noel's saying, but we don't quite know how to find them or where they are. So it's a journey to find them once again. So there's I think there's some parallels to be drawn between the two games in that sense. Just my 2 cents.
What's up?
Right, there's something about this world that's different from mine. Let's see what Noel thinks. What's up with the giant hand? What do you make of this paradox affair? Why did we arrive in this place? That's a good question. I mean, of all the places, why did the fragment take us here?
So, why'd we end up here?
I bet the gates open into all sorts of places. Getting to Valhalla's not gonna be easy. Yeah? Bored.
Okay, nothing else. Talk to the guard.
You're going straight to Academy HQ. They'll drag the truth out of you.
What's the Academy? Are we prisoners? I'm hungry. What's going on? What's the Academy? We kind of know what's going on.
One question. What's the Academy?
The Academy is the institute that's investigating these ruins. Who doesn't know that?
Since Taxin got to ya.
You two came up on the Grand Elevator?
Huh? The Grand what? Sarah, what's he talking about?
He could be talking about the elevator that's supposed to connect Cocoon and Pulse, but it's still being built. It's going to be finished next year.
You're confused. It was done last year.
Last year?
Yeah, so that means you've gone 2 years ahead. Am I remembering things wrong? Is this another world? What could it mean? Is this the future? Well, yes, this obviously means that it's the future.
Did we move forward in time?
I'd say 2 years have passed, at a guess. Since what was scheduled for next year has already been built last year.
Sarah,
is that you?
Hey! Watch yourself.
Thanks. Oh, Sarah! It is you!
You know them?
Uh-huh.
Hey?
Alyssa Seidel. I'm an Academy intern. I heard you apprehended our 2 observers, so here I am.
Observers?
Yes, they're invited guests of the Academy. I was showing them around and forgot to give them their communicators.
Back up a second. These guys, these observers, are VIPs?
Yeah, you know that.
I hope we can forget about this little mix-up.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Alyssa. I have no idea why you're helping us yet, but we're about to find out.